I'm gonna just start this off by saying y'all are fake. My hair was looking mad crazy in the last video and nobody had the nerve to tell me, but you know, it's whatever, it's cool, I'm gonna let it rock. Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video. My name is Rohan and we are gonna just dive right into it, right? So boom. When I got to Walla Walla a couple years ago, by the way, the school I go to is named Walla Walla University. It's a real school. To anyone who's like, that can't be a real school. It's a real school, right? Boom. So when I first got there, I met a friend in an acting class, and me and the friend became really tight. For the sake of the talk, I'm gonna call her Jane, right? So Jane and I became really tight that first year. It was freshman year. At some point after first quarter, because our school does quarter, is on the quarter system. After first quarter, we decided to like have a lunch date every week, right? Because like we didn't see each other as often, and we really like clicked, right? So now every Friday we going out to eat, and we would just go to the caf and eat there, because you know it's cool. College students, we ain't got no money for that anyway. So we just go out to eat there. Sometimes we go to the SAC, which is like a grill on campus that we can use. So we go there, eat sometimes, and then we did that the entire school year, and we like always had open communication. So if one of us couldn't make it, we'd be like, hey, I have to rain check today because this thing is happening, or hey, I'm not feeling well, or you know, we always talk things through, so it was never like a weird moment. And we would just go there and we chat and talk about anything and everything, talk about like family stuff, friend stuff, school stuff, anything and everything. We'd roast people same time sometimes too. It was good fun, right? So let me just take a sip. So it was just like a no bars conversation between the two of us. It was just open, fun communication, right? So then sophomore year comes around, we both get cars. Her car ends up coming sooner than mine, because mine had to get delivered. It didn't end up getting shipped until February the next calendar year. So like we started school September, like let's say that was 2017, I'm gonna say. It didn't get shipped until February of 2018. So that's my car finally got there. So at first quarter of sophomore year, we would just use her car whenever we did something, right? So now we'd evolved from just going to the SAC, which is the grill, and going to the caf, and now we would go to this bakery down the street called Rogers Bakery, because their stuff was mad good. Like this stuff was good. It's kind of expensive, but the stuff was really good, right? Boom. So we go there and just chat and do the regular stuff, right? And then she had this other friend, and they would hang out often. It was like one of her best friends or whatever the case is. And this day, whatever day, I think it was a Friday, and usually sometimes on Fridays whenever we were supposed to meet for like, because it would be around lunchtime, if we didn't meet that lunchtime, we would either reschedule for another Friday, we just rain check the whole thing and do it another Friday, or we just meet later in the day. So this day we decided to meet later in the day because I think one of us had a conflict. I'm gonna say it was her, and I was just gonna meet up with her later in the day. So that day I think she had the conflict for real, because I think she was gonna do a photo shoot with her friend or whatever. Okay, cool. The photo shoot turned out to like a hangout session, which is perfectly fine because I think I was busy too. And we agreed that we would meet at like, let's say 6, because it was a Friday and I don't like doing stuff on Friday nights. So we decided to meet at 6 before sun went down, right? So she was coming to pick me up and we were gonna go, I think I had to go run an errand or something, like go to Walmart or something, and she was just gonna come pick me up and we do like hang out while we're doing that, and then we come back. So I'm dressed in the dorm because 6 o'clock is about here now, like it's 5:55, you know what I'm saying? I like to be on time. And you know, I go by the door where she's gonna pick me up from. I'm sitting there, 6 o'clock comes, 6:10 comes, 6:20 comes. So now I'm sitting there like, where you at? So I pick up the phone and I call her and I'm like, hey, where you at? And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm on my way or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Because, you know, we said 6 and it's like 8 o'clock. And she's like, yeah, no problem. I'm on the way, right? Boom. And she's like, oh, do you mind if my friend comes? And the friend, we're going to call her Jessica. So she's like, do you mind if Jessica comes along? And I'm like, I'm gonna stick a pin here. What y'all need to understand is that whenever we go out to eat, it's usually just us, and that way we can talk freely. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk about whatever, right? Whether it's cool, calm, and collected, or if it's just wilding out for no reason. So when she came through and was like, oh, can I bring Jessica? I was like, Jessica for what? Like, are you dumb? Like, why would you want to bring Jessica? So I'm like, no. Like, what kind of question is that? So, I'm on the phone with her, and she has a phone call, like, her car took the call, so, like, but Jessica's in the car, and I didn't know Jessica was in the car. So, I'm like, yeah, no, don't bring Jessica, because you know when you and I talk, we talk about everything. Plus, like, Jessica had her time with you, like, I'm kind of, like, territorial with my friends sometimes, so with this time, I'm like, this is always just me and you, right? So when you try to bring someone else into the mix, now we can't just be candid, we can't talk about everything, because some people are more sensitive than others. But me and her, because she's from South Carolina, so me and her we're on the same wavelength, like we understand each other. So when I talk about something hella reckless, she's right there with me because she's just as reckless, right? Boom. So I'm like, yeah, no, don't bring her. She had her time with you already. She had all day with you. I just need my hour or two with you so we could chat and catch up and stuff like that and call it a buck and be done. Afterwards, y'all could do whatever y'all want. That's fine. But right now, like, it's got to be just me and you. Like, that's it, right? Boom. One thing y'all should probably know about me is that I'm that friend you cannot, I repeat, you cannot have me on speakerphone, right? Most of the stuff I say is reckless, right? So if you put me on speakerphone, you need to make sure that I'm in an area where I can't be exposed, you can't be exposed, and someone's mom can't be exposed, because all are a factor if I'm put on speakerphone, right? But all of a sudden, sis decided that I didn't need to be, filtered, and she just let me talk. So sis is in the background, Jessica, and she's hearing everything I'm saying, and like, sis is getting butt hurt, right? Mind you, I'm not saying nothing about sis. I'm not talking about her mom. I'm not talking about her daddy. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, bro, you had your time. This is my time now. I'm saying, like, you could dip, you could cut. It's no problem. Jane and Jessica finally pull up, and then as Jessica hops out the car, she said something. I think she said something like, "You're dead to me" or something like that. Like, because she was butthurt, and that's what she does. She, like, if she has a beef with somebody, they're like dead to her, right? But what sis didn't know is that I don't really care, right? So she said that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I get in the car and go about my merry way. So me and Jane have a good time like we always do, right? We turn up or whatever, right? And all this time it's festering in Jessica, that I really crossed her and like she's butthurt and now she's waiting for an apology. So in my head, I'm like, I ain't do nothing wrong, so I have nothing to apologize for. So fast forward like a couple days or maybe a week. Another thing you should probably know is that I'm usually unbothered, like 88% of the time, maybe even 90% of the time, I'm unbothered. So if you have beef with me, then okay, I'm not really gonna be the one to have beef with you. I can calm ignore you and be perfectly fine with that. And that's exactly what happened to sis. And I don't think she knew that. She should have asked somebody about me, but I'm usually unbothered. So she goes about her merry way, not shading me, but like ignoring me. And I'm ignoring sis back because I'm unbothered. So I remember one time we're walking on the same street towards each other, and I see her, she see me. We don't make eye contact because she's hurt. And she like walks right by, and I'm like, and I keep on strutting too because I'm like, okay, happy for you or whatever. And then fast forward like another couple days, and we have a community. So community at my school is like a chapel session, but not like chapel. It's like you like go over announcements for the whole like student body, not student body, like the whole university body. We just go over announcements and stuff like that, things going on for the upcoming week or whatever the case may be, right? So I come up there with my friend Ashley, and Jessica and Jane are there already. So as Ashley and I walk in, Jane hugs and greets both of us like she always does, because we're all cool like that. And then Jessica, trying to be petty or whatever, is like there, and she looks at me, and then she goes to Ashley's like, oh hey Ashley, it's so good to see you, blase blase blase. And Ashley's like, oh hey, or whatever. So Ashley told me after, she's like, I hate when people do that, because like me and you aren't cool like that. So why would you try to hug me and like play up the fool and stuff like that if me and you don't go like that? And so I'm sitting there like, and so, you know, we just kind of cracking jokes about it, and, you know, we move on, right? So time passes and your boy is still unbothered because I didn't do anything to this girl. You know, anything she's feeling is completely one-sided. So tell me why, like 2 weeks pass, and I guess she realizes that I'm not breaking and I'm unbothered. So she tells Jane, this is Jessica now, she tells Jane, oh, you know, you can tell Rohan that if he wants to apologize, he can do it over text or whatever. Like, that's fine too. I don't mind. And so Jane tells me that, and I'm looking at her like, sis, apologize for what exactly? So I'm like, I'm not apologizing. It's not that real. I didn't do anything, right? So I'm talking to Ashley about it or whatever, and Ashley's kind of like on my wavelength. She's like, bro, like, you didn't do anything. You have no reason to apologize. I talked to my mom about it, and like, honestly, if my mom didn't say I should, I probably wouldn't have. My mom was like, oh, Ron, you should just apologize anyway, because you don't want people to like, you know, be in their feelings, and if you hurt somebody, you have to like be like, oh, blase, 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 right? So I'm like, the one time you not trifling. So I let that slide, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do an apology, right? So I'm talking to Ashley about it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do an East Coast apology and keep it a buck. Now, for those of you who don't know what an East Coast apology is, let me break it down for you. So an East Coast apology, to anyone who doesn't know what it is basically where you apologize for how someone took something, but not that you said the thing or that you did the thing. So a perfect example would be if, I don't know, you stole somebody's man or you stole somebody's girl or whatever the case may be, right? So let's say I stole my bro's girlfriend, and he's like, oh, you stole my girlfriend. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm sorry you got hurt by that, but it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, you know, political, you know, apology. Like, I understand that you're hurt by something, but not that I did it. So, but no. So that's what I do when I see sis. So, you know, I talk to her, I'm like, oh, hey, let's meet up or whatever, right? So either that or she said it, but whatever the case is, we met up, and I think I did basically that. I was like, listen, I'm sorry that you were offended by what I said. That was not my intention, because it truly wasn't my intention. You heard it, which wasn't even the intent. If we should be mad at anyone, we should be mad at Jane, because Jane put me on speakerphone, and Jane should have remembered who I am, so she doesn't try to play everybody. But, you know, we talk it out, and we're all cool now. So like, now we're good. Me and her don't talk like that, because like, I mean, we cool, but like, she's more so my friend's friend than she is my friend. But like, there's no beef as far as I'm concerned. I don't think there's any beef. So it's whatever. So all in all, I guess the moral of this story is, go about your life being unbothered. And if someone has an issue with that, then duck them, am I right? If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications, lol. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Just don't let people try to play you. Like, if you have beef, you have beef. I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, that has nothing to do with me. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care.